Hamatora is an anime about a detective group of people that are known as minimum holders. Now, minimum holders are essentially people that have special abilities that your average human does not have. Now, I'm going to be carrying on my reviews of Hamatora starting from season 2 because I've already seen season 1 and it's already kind of late. My thoughts on it, it's absolutely amazing. Starts off kind of slow, but once it picks up, it really picks up. I highly suggest you watch that, as in this video I'm going to talk about spoilers from season 1. But before we get into any spoilers about season 2 episode 1 of Hamatora, I'm actually going to just say overall, with no spoilers, what I thought about the what I thought about the episode. So this this episode stayed very true to the first season rather. It stayed very true to what that set up, especially in the beginning. In this episode, there wasn't really anything too crazy that went on. It essentially was very akin to what the first season did in Hamatora, where it started off, I guess kind of slow, where it sort of went case by case. I can sort of see Hamatora season 2 going that route as well, where it might go case by case for a little bit, where before it actually starts to pick up. Hamatora is a very, very funny anime. There are a lot of parts, especially right in the beginning, with very funny parts in it, and even all throughout. It's just a very, very enjoyable anime to watch. That's why in the first season, I didn't really mind that there wasn't really too much plot going on, because of the fact that it was just so entertaining to watch. The anime is absolutely gorgeous visually, and the sound direction is amazing. The voice acting is top notch, and again, the concept in general is just really, really cool to me. So please go watch season 1. I think this episode, while left me with a lot of questions because it didn't really wrap up a lot of stuff that happened at the end of season 1, I still feel like was a decent episode. And again, I feel like later on in the anime, we're going to get some more, backstory on exactly what's happened. Now, talking about the episode, this might contain spoilers, or it will contain spoilers. So if you have yet to see season 2, episode 1 of Hamatora, I highly recommend you do. If you have yet to see season 1, then why are you watching this video? Go watch season 1 and then watch that video, or watch season 2, episode 1, and then come back to this video so we can talk about exactly what happened. So, in season 2, episode 1 of Hamatora, it starts off 3 months after the events of what happened at the end of season 1. Now, at the end of season 1, a lot of crazy things happened. Nice, the main character, formed a relationship with another character named Art, who was a detective for the police force, essentially. And crazy things started happening. And needless to say, at the end, it alluded to Nice being shot. I don't really want to get into too many crazy details, just in case people are like, I don't want to see this anime. Then maybe they do end up wanting to see the anime later on. But essentially what happens is it alludes to Nice being shot. Cut. That's it. The end of the series. Everybody's mind was blown. What the hell happened? We needed season 2. This opens up, and everybody's sort of sad. It opens up with a memorial sort of thing. I don't really want to call it a memorial. It's more like a picture of Nice, and it says in memory of Nice and everything, and Nice is dead. That was sort of crazy to me. Like, what I was meant to believe was the main character, especially after the events of the first season, finding out everything about Nice, and he's just dead, and they did it just like that. And I was sort of taken aback by it. But continuing onward, Hajime is what I want to talk about in this episode. I think this episode really focused on Hajime because she really, really developed throughout the entire first season. She really never did too much. She just sort of sat there and ate, never really said anything, until of course the later parts of season 1, where she really started coming into her own kind of character, and it was awesome. And then in this episode, you can tell Hajime is going to be a bigger part of it. She's talking a lot more, and even she took over Nice's role since Nice is no longer there. She has his headphones that are all beat up and stuff. She wears them, and she's looking to sort of replace the hole that Nice left in the detective group that is Hamatora. Speaking of Hamatora, they get approached by some crazy girl that wants them to order a hit on them. And essentially, what ends up happening is Hajime is like, "Oh yeah, we're Hamatora Mark II," stuff like that. And since there's no more Nice, I believe that was actually before that crazy lady asked to put the hit on him. So there's Hamatora Mark II, no more Nice, and it looks like Hajime wants to sort of take over. Now, I'm looking over here because I got some notes that I wrote down during the whole episode. But what ends up happening is that a little bit later on, about halfway through, maybe a little less, they get they're low on jobs. They really need money. There's almost no jobs coming to them because of the events of the first season that led to minimum holders being, I guess, a lot more accepted with the whole riots going on between the minimum holders and stuff. Again, if you haven't seen the first season, you're really missing out, and all this would be nonsense. But all that stuff really changed the world in just those short 3 months, and now they're sort of down on business. They just don't have a lot of business left. So somebody approaches them and asks if they take hit jobs, and she wants to place a hit on Hikaru. Now, Hikaru is what they called the light speed minimum holder. Apparently, he can move super, super quick, similar to another character, Nice. That was Nice's ability, and now there's this new guy that is very, very popular. He has his own TV show. He does like these concerts and all this stuff. Women love him. They freaking buy these little tickets. They're called handshake tickets. So that way, if they give a ticket to Hikaru, then they get a handshake. And there's this one girl, it's super hilarious. She has like a bunch of handshake tickets, hoping that one day Hikaru will like fall in love with her or something. It's just really hilarious. Anyway, the girl wants to put a hit on him, but what ends up happening is Hamatora declines. They do not do hit requests. So then they meet with Hikaru and inform Hikaru that his television station actually employed Hamatora to make sure that no harm befalls Hikaru. Hikaru himself is a very sort of carefree guy, very charismatic, obviously, but we get a little hint at something a little more deep within the character, because he's actually walking alone at night in one shot in the anime, and he notices that girl that wanted to place the hit on him is hiding behind a sort of pillar with a knife ready to kill him, and he sort of accepts his fate. He's willing to die, and the reason why is because he doesn't want to bring harm to others. He doesn't want to hurt other people. Because they're trying to force him to only choose like one girl out of the girls that love him and stuff, and he can't do that because he doesn't want to hurt anybody's feelings, and he just feels like he's just hurting a lot of people just by living, so he's going to sort of accept the fate. Obviously, Hamatora was employed to protect him, so they stopped the assassination, and we get a little glimpse at what Hikaru's actually like. It gives him a little bit more depth and shows that he really does care about other people more than himself. Now, what happens after that is the girl that tried to place the assassination escapes, and apparently she recruited other people that hate Hikaru because Hikaru got all the spotlight and everything and left all these other, I guess, stars to be ditched away to the side like they were nothing. So they hate Hikaru. So then they go after Hikaru, and all is looking pretty grim for the Hamatora group until a bear, the little mascot of the television station, shows up and saves the day. The bear removes the mask, the little head, and it's Nice. Nice is not dead. Now, I highly doubt anybody really thought Nice was dead, especially the way they handled it, especially because Nice was in the opening scene, or not the opening scene, the opening music intro. There was no way Nice was dead, right? So Nice takes off the little head thing, and he's like, "Hey guys, it's been a long time," and essentially kicks ass, and all is well. We finally get to see Nice's face. He's got new headphones because the other ones were all broken and stuff. And what actually happened is that it turns out that Nice was actually alive the entire time, but he was placed undercover that entire time, and it was all an act for the job. The whole Hamatora group had to act like they lost somebody special to them, had to act like they lost Nice and all that stuff, so that way this job can go off without a hitch. So, and that's essentially what happens during the episode. It left a lot of questions. For example, what the hell actually happened? Did Nice get shot? Did he do something? Did he get saved? What happened with Art? What happened in season one? None of that really answered. It sort of picked off a new chapter, and that I'm not really okay with, to be honest. I mean, I enjoyed this as a standalone episode, but we got no conclusion, we got no resolution. I really want to see, actually what happened. Other than that, though, this episode was very true to all the other stuff that we've seen in the anime. Very funny, of course. The action scenes were great. Still a beautifully done anime, and definitely worth your time. Overall, I'd give this episode a 7 out of 10. If it was like just, a standard episode, it'd probably be a little higher. But I'm rating it a 7 because it's the first episode, it's the pilot. It's a little weak for a pilot. Nobody thought Nice was actually dead. I just want to know what happens. So what did you guys think of this episode? If you did watch it, leave it in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this review, please leave a like rating. It'll motivate me to do more of these reviews, and I have a lot more coming. As soon as episode 2 of Hamatora comes up live, I'll be watching that, and you can expect another review here soon. It won't be as long, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching.